High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Okay guys, everyone be aware, the car's ready to go. And that's just 30 seconds left in the session. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. An immense lap from Fernando Alonso yesterday puts him on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Behrman, Verstappen, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Stroll, Sainz, Russell, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Albon, Joe, Bottas and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can. Looks stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Check's complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage. Understood. Stopping this lap. Seconds left in the session.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Ollie Behrman completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Gasly, Stroll, Sainz, Ricciardo, Albon, Joe, Sargent, Hülkenberg, and Yuki Tsunoda. And now it's time to head down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car. And they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down. Okay, not the best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. now available. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. head's beginning to pull away, you know what to do. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:05.6. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.7 seconds. Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. There's a long way to go in this race though, so keep your head down. Box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Set the fastest lap of the race so far. They seem to have an issue. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead. Okay, Ollie, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. Let's try and close up the difference between them. Alonso ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. And the time last lap, 1 minute 05.1. We're gaining by around 0.2 per lap. Keep going. Target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though. Gap to your teammate behind, 2.0 seconds. Ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. Getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data, so keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems. Let's go, final lap. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds. Drivers just completed a pass for the lead. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.